people I've talked to before I even decided coaching, I would open up about being in postpartum depression, open up about being postpartum anxiety, because I've seen so many moms kill themselves. I've seen so many moms hurt their kids, so many things that have come from that have really like hurt me, and I've prayed over for years because it's just like been so heavy on me, and they won't talk about it. Like, it's so hidden, so for me to bring it up in the light, and I'm like, hey girl, that's okay to have, that is so normal. Because I would talk to my mother-in-law about it. She's like, it's normal, it's fine. Most moms go through that. And from trauma when I was younger, like with my mom, they said it kind of offset it a little bit. But a lot of that stuff is normal, especially because I ended up having hypothyroidism I didn't even know I had. And so my hormones were messed up. But anyways, it all comes down to like opening up and getting moms to like talk to you, because sometimes you just need that one person you can talk to that's not going to judge you and that's going to be there for you, and not have to worry about, oh my gosh, am I scared to tell her? I can't tell nobody, because it's so normal. And I feel like so many people hide it that it just needs to be brought to light,
Yeah.
So
I feel like you have a major story to tell, and like so many posts could come from that. So when you're like, I don't know what to post, everything you just said, like those are your posts. You need to talk to those moms, give advice to those moms. When you're like, I've got nothing to post, a tip about how to deal with anxiety, or how to deal with postpartum depression, or how to talk to your spouse about it, or how to like center yourself so you don't take it out on your kids, or tips to like calm yourself with your kid, or whatever. Like, so you can give so much value through your experience. So I think you've got an amazing niche.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share their niche? Denise.
Yeah, I can go next.
Yeah.
So I wrote down, starting with age-wise, I put 30s and 40s, even though I think I could still do 20s and even older than that. But because I work for a university, so I'm around college kids all the time too, and I can relate to the college atmosphere and stuff. So I get that. But I think that right now, like, to narrow in on it, my niche should be women in their 30s and 40s who are either coming up on empty nesting, or women who, like me, part of my story was that I used to be really fit and active, and then I lost myself for a long time, and then was able to find fitness and get back to feeling like myself again. So I think that that's probably where there's a lot of women in my age group that are probably really upset with themselves and probably feeling like they're just not who they used to be. So I think that that's my niche. And then of course, since I'm a runner, I attract runners as well. But sometimes runners don't want to work out too, but then I try to get them to understand that, like, my running times have changed so drastically. Like, I can run my long distance with cutting off like 2.5 to 3 minutes per mile now that I've been working out and slimmed down and toned up and gotten stronger. So that's what I put down as my niche.
Okay.
Did I miss anything?
You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything, but those are three very different niches. So those are going to be three very different people. For the purpose of this, think that you should really, really hone in on one. Like, pick one and make all your posts related to that. Because that would be similar to me being like, you guys, you should do 21-day fix. Tomorrow me saying you should do lift 4. Hey, tomorrow you should do this. Because all those programs all those people that you just named would want different programs. So it's going to be really hard to market.
I can see that 30s and 40s, empty nesters, and women who want to get back to themselves, that's all kind of in the same realm to me.
Yeah.
So I think those really fit well together. And then just kind of every once in a while, I mean, I talk about my running anyway, so that's going to attract some people.
That's what I'm saying though. But if we are honing in on this niche, we're going to hone in on this niche. So if you are running, you are running because no one's home and you know what I mean? Like, nobody's home, you can do what you want, you're going for a run because you've got an empty nest. Everything needs to relate back to that person. Okay. Yeah. Does that make sense? So you can still include those things, but you want to niche everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Ashley.
Okay. So with my niche, like, I definitely feel like I figured out who I'm talking to, but I feel like the problem I run into a lot with my niche, like, I guess I'm relating a lot to young moms, young wives, stuff like that. And I run into the price objections really hard with it being young parents and young families and stuff like that. And it's so hard for me to combat that or like go back to them with the follow-up to like, because I'm not going to be like, I understand how much diapers are. I understand how much formula is. Like, I get that those are the priorities. So I don't know how to, I guess, either overcome that or broaden my niche to kind of avoid that.
So there's been a lot of trainings done on price objections.
Yeah.
And
I watched some of them. I just like, I don't know, maybe I'm not doing it effectively.
No. I wasn't telling you like you haven't watched them. That wasn't where I was going. But I mean, every single one of them have always said that you haven't shared the value enough.
Okay.
So no one will think $160 is too expensive when they know what the value is in the product, when they know what could actually happen with this. So for example, I lost 12 pounds in 21 days in the 21-day fix, one round of the 21-day fix. If I could have walked into Walmart and handed someone $160 to take 12 pounds, you're damn skippy, I would have handed them $160.
Yeah.
So, but that's not how it works. You know what I mean? That's not how it works. But this can do that for you.
Yeah.
And then some. And then some. Like, obviously, it's changed my life since then. But, so it's a matter of.
I think for sharing more transformations outside of myself would be effective.
For sure. So that's where I was saying, like in the story posts and stuff, share a transformation from the program, not from you. Like it doesn't have to be you. Don't make it the Ashley show. Like we were talking about last week on the call. It doesn't have to be the Ashley show, the Taylor show, or the other 14 Ashleys on the screen right now. It doesn't have to be, it's a team thing, Team Beachbody. So we are all together. Different body types are going to relate to different things.
I was just going to say, like, go into your toolbox, if you will, of literally you could share Stephanie's story, you could share my story, you could share Ashley's story, like anyone, not even just on this team, but like in the Upgraded, in the Dynasty United, in Beachbody as a whole, when you Google, like,
on Google,
although you might not know their story, but I think it's really cool that you can be like, okay, this girl is like my niche, and she, like me, for example, this girl works her dream job. And she worked at Google and she loved it and she made incredible income. She never wanted to coach to like quit her job, but she found this community. She found a way to get healthy. It like encompassed everything she needed in her life. And she ended up leaving her amazing corporate job to pursue Beachbody and now is at the top of the company. Like, even though I don't really know her, but I know her story and I can share it. So like, she's also who shared like go into your toolbox and like, use all of our stories, but that's just something to think about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's for everybody. And in terms of sharing transformations, guys, you may share any coach's. It's not like a real toolbox. It's just she just means like the figurative, like Team Beachbody toolbox. But there, you can share, and it's like kind of common, like practice. You can share any other coach's transformation you want. If they have it watermarked, you don't take off the watermark. You do not alter the photo whatsoever. You don't put your name on someone else's photo. You may share other coaches' photos though. You do not share challengers' photos without their permission. Okay, ever. Because that's that's confidence, or what the word, confidential. There we go. That's confidential. We tell them that our groups are private for a reason. If they get amazing results, you may message them and say, oh my gosh, your results are amazing. Would you mind if I shared? And they will say yes or no. Many of them say no, but you are welcome to ask people. But just for purpose of like the safety and concerns of our challengers, we don't share challenger stuff without permission. And if you look through like our team page, or you look through like the Upgraded Alliance or Dynasty United or anything like that, you can see a whole bunch of like posts. Like just search transformations, you'll see a ton of them. Beachbody On Demand has a ton of transformations too, with stories that you could use, but they usually have like Beachbody text around them and stuff. So I like crop that all off. Anybody else want to share their niche? We'll do one more.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I've been so lost at this. So this was super helpful because I'm always like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think are you on two? You're on two devices.
Yeah. Sorry. This is me. I'm exceptional at technology.
I think I just removed you on the other one. There you go.
So I can't hear very well with my computer, and I can't find the cord because I don't know, my kid did something with it anyway. To go to the speaker. So my kid has ADHD, and so I can relate to people whose kids are different really well, and single moms and working moms and moms who cuss and drink wine. I relate to the best. So yeah. But I never know, like, I'm always like, oh, I'm going to offend somebody. And then I sell real estate too. But like, if you were around me, like, I am like that person that, like, if I have a meeting with the principal, like, I sit in the car and I'm like, fuck, like, I have to go in there and not say any 4-letter words at all. Pretend like I totally have my shit together when I totally don't, like, at all. I'm always like hanging on by a thread and like running back and forth, and like everything in my life is sort of like a fucking disaster sometimes. Like, for example, my child will not wear anything with a tag in it, right? And like there can't even be like a remnant of the tag, or it's like and he's like 11. He will be 11 in 2 weeks, and it's like a total like disaster. It's like, so there's constantly like a small hurdle. And so the moms who are like, oh, your kid has ADHD, you want to sit down and bitch about it and drink wine? I'm like, yes, I do. That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay, your social media doesn't match what you're saying at all.
No, because I don't know how to use social media, like, at all. I've been like saying this for like weeks. I've said it to everybody I know, but everybody I know is my age and we're all the same person. So we have no clue how to share. We're like, I don't know what I say. Like, what do you say? Like, and people are like, just share like you would when you go to Target and buy something. And I'm always like, I never understand why people share shit when they go to Target.
Okay,
like,
no. You just need to do live videos.
Yeah.
You just need to go live and talk about your day, because this is hysterical. Like, listening
like,
to you.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing ever. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, and then I'm like, okay, so post a picture of my workspace. All right, first I gotta clean this shit up. So it's gonna be like midnight before I get there. Like, it is a disaster. I'm like, all right, so it's midnight. I gotta post this. All right, it's clean enough. I gotta like get the pug out of here, and like, it's just crazy. Like, she's like up and
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Okay, so for starters, I've never seen this side of you. Second, I love it. Like, you need to share those things. Like, you, like, in your stories, you should be like, I'm doing my new coach training, and they just told me to post a picture of my office, and like show your office, and then like do whatever you want to do if you want to clean it up or whatever. But like, be real, be you. Get in those stories. Okay, be honest. Do you sell anything for real estate off of your Facebook page?
Sometimes, but not really, because everybody I know is in another state. And so my sphere of influence, and my boss is constantly up my ass about it, because my boss does the same thing. My boss is like, you'd be so great on live video, and we should do this, and we should do that. And I'm like, Jeff, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't get it. Like, I'm old, okay? I turned 35 this year. Like, I don't fucking understand what to And so my boss has me like, you should post more stuff. You should do more live video. And I'm super awkward about it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay, I would buy a house from you now, talking to you now, way faster than I would have like when we have had our like business conversations. Like, I relate to you right now. I've like, you and I have talked several times, and like I've always been like, she's so like perfect and talking to you.
Oh
I've
God,
never seen this side of you though.
Such a fucking disaster. But
Okay, but I've never seen this side of you, and this is
pressure to like always be so fucking put together, and it is so exhausting.
So stop.
And I can sell you a house, and come on, I know all the price per square foot and all the bullshit in Tampa, and I can tell you all the best places to eat, and where do your kids go to school? You want to
I think she may have had wine before this school.
How about this area? Like, it's a fucking mess.
I think that you need to just be you on your social media. Like, truly just be you. Uncensored, have fun with it, you. And both for your real estate and for fitness, because I feel like if you be you, there is no one in this world that is youer than you, and that is the only superpower you have. The only superpower any of us have is to be us, is to be authentically us. When we put on a fake face, everyone can feel it, right? Everyone can feel it. Who does that help? It doesn't help anyone. Yeah, Ashley has that tattoo on her arm, known as "Youer Than You," right? Isn't that what it says? Yeah. And so I don't know. I just think that if you are feeling like that, make a post like that. If you're like, you want me to post a picture of my office? Like, we want to feel that humor. We want to see that humor. You can do videos. You can do stories. You like, get your voice out there, because you talking right now literally had every single person on here laughing and smiling. And that is who, like, that is going to be magnetic. People are going to be like, everyone's like, we need to hang out. Like, that's magnetic energy. That's what people want to see. Not like a prim and proper, quiet little girl. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't know you were going to be 35, so you look amazing. But
I'm almost 35, so I don't know what I'm doing social media wise. Everybody's like, oh no, you're probably born in like 1990 something, and why are you so confused? I'm like, guess I don't fucking understand. Like, I'm so late to the party. I don't know. Like, I don't get it.
I'm reading the comments. Sorry, there was a bunch of them. Can
I just say something? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Audrey, you're freaking amazing, but I'm the same way. Like, I have no filter whatsoever. So, like, where I got more comfortable with is, like, I know you said you're not very, like, savvy with, like, Instagram or Facebook, but, like, I started talking in my stories and just being me. And I've come to realize, like, doing that got me more comfortable, and then sharing and posting more, because I had a lot of hard time posting. Like, that's, like, was my biggest thing. What do I say? I sit there and write a freaking long-ass freaking post and then delete it. Like, so I started with just, like, talking in my stories about my day-to-day life, and just, like, the way you're fucking talking, I talk the same fucking way. Like, I'm the same exact way. So, like, that would be, like, my little tip to you, if you could just, like, maybe start like that. And, you know, it takes time, but, like, you'll get more and more comfortable, you know, with it as time goes on. I promise you that.
I think you two need to, like, hook up as success partners.
Hook up, girl.
So connect after this. She's AJ Miller on Facebook.
Okay.
But connect after this. Do you want to go by AJ or Audrey?
It doesn't matter. It's all the same. I've gone by, all my friends and family called me AJ growing up. And then when I needed a business card, I went by Audrey. But I answer to both. Okay. So whatever works. But yeah, I was AJ growing up. Like, if you call me Audrey to my sister, she'd be like, who? Like, no.
Gotcha. So I think your niche is the hot mess moms. Like, let's be honest. Like, but you can totally hone in on special needs moms, single moms, and talk to all of that in your stories, in your posts, in your workouts. You can be like, you did a post the other day with your dog laying on you while you were working out or whatever, which was cute. But, like, you looked like you had your shit together. I'm sure it was chaos. Do a live or a video workout, or like a snippet of your workout, or a live video of your workout. Let people see those real.
Like, your dog's trying to eat me, and like, it's just great. And she's this big, you guys. She's this big, and she's like all up on me. My life is crazy as fuck. And like, I get my bills paid. I have a good credit score. I live in a nice place. I drive a decent car. Like, my shit is together, but it's because I'm like holding it together with like paper clips. Like, perfect example, today was fucking picture day. My kid gets in the car, and like this morning my dryer stopped heating, and like I pull out this wrinkled shirt and I'm like, shit. And Kane's like, I like it. I'm like, me too. And he puts it on. I send my kid to school in a wrinkled shirt on picture day, and he gets in the car this afternoon. He's like, Mom. I'm like, what? He's like, it was picture day. I'm like, oh yeah, I got an email about things. Like, you didn't say anything? I'm like, I totally forgot. He's like, but yeah, so like, that is the perfect example of my daily life. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, we weren't gonna buy them anyway. Like, we'll take you somewhere and like stage it in the park so you look like you have your shit together too.
So make that a post for tonight. Make that your post for tonight. Yeah. I think that's a perfect post. Yes. Like, that's the kind of stuff you need to share. Like, share your daily life. Those are the things people are going to relate to. And in those cracks of your day, when you have you don't have any of it together, you still get in your workout. You still get in an hour of work with Beachbody. You still jump on your team call at night. You still do all the things, even though none of the things were on the schedule. Like, none of the things were planned. Life throws tons of lemons, but you still show up every single day. Like, it slashes excuses for other people.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to copy this chat box, by the way, and save it. All right, guys, we are 10 after 9 right now. I don't want to keep you guys all night long. I know everybody's got families and stuff to get back to. It's not letting me save it. Okay, I'll have to try and, I think it saves it when it downloads. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions? Does anybody have questions on how we're going to do this? You're all going to plan out your days with our schedule, and you're all going to invite all those people. So you're going to plan out your polls. You're going to plan, and if you do this in advance, guys, it makes your days real easy. You're going to plan out your polls. You're going to plan out your stories, and then you're going to invite all the people who watch, who comment, who do whatever. So like I said, like a family post, and those are the things that are on the fly. Your workout, talk about however that workout went that day, not about the workout itself. No one cares that you did leg day and you squatted 17 pounds. Like, no one cares. Tell us what the workout looked like. Like Ashley just said, like, don't be fooled. 2 seconds before this was taken, my dog was trying to eat my face and my kid punched me in the boob. Like, those are the kinds of things that, like, people relate to in the picture, and they'll actually come back and read and find entertaining your posts. Everybody has a niche. Anybody completely confused with the niche? We're good with that. Okay. So everybody's got a goal. I've got the goals written down. And does everyone understand the incentives, how you can incentivize? Yeah. So maybe take a few minutes, plan that stuff out. Like, do you want to incentivize? How do you want to incentivize? How much do you want to set aside to incentivize? And how many people do you need? So, like, how much would that look like? Kind of figure all that out and then run with it. Run with it until your goal, and make that a non-negotiable. Reach out to me or your coach. Reach out to your direct upline and ask questions. If you're having a conversation with someone and you're like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say, don't say anything. Stop your conversation. It's okay to take a minute to get back to them. Screenshot it, send it to your upline and say, what do I say next? Like, how do I go from here? Real quick before we get off, especially new coaches, older coaches, you know this, but this is, and Forrest, we went over this the other day. This is the flow of a conversation. If you're a newer coach, please write this down. This is the flow of a conversation. What are your fitness goals? First question that you should ask somebody. What are your fitness goals? Second question. Have you ever done an at-home fitness program before? If so, which one? You can, when you ask these questions, like, be less textbook. You can be more informal and conversational. Third question. Well, no, not really. How is your nutrition? Do you currently work out at all? Ask about, like, their current fitness. Like, do they currently work out at all? How do they do with their nutrition currently? And then the next question is, or the next thing is, you're going to say, have you ever heard of blank? And you're going to choose a program that would be best for them and say, have you ever heard of blank? So have you ever heard of the 21-day fix? Or have you ever heard of Lift 4? Or have you ever heard of 80-day obsession? Or whatever the program is. Have you ever heard of blank? Make sure that they've never heard of it, so you're not trying to sell them something that they already have tucked in a closet somewhere. And then you're going to tell them about the program. you're going to send them information about the program. So I have most of the scripts for all the programs I have. So if you need help with that, just let me know. You're like, do you have a script for 21 Day Fix or Ultimate Portion Fix or Lift 4 or something? Probably do. And you can just tweak it to make it your own. And then they're going to say, oh, that's totally exactly what I need. How much is it? And then you send the price. Okay. And then you sign them up. Price and sign up are the last two steps. When someone comes to you and says, hey, what program are you doing? You don't shout back, I'm doing 21 Day Fix. Because they're like, oh, my sister has that. Okay, bye. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I do a ton of at-home fitness programs. Are you working out too? Or do you have fitness goals too? And then you get into that same flow. When someone comes at you and says, how much is it to do the program you're doing? It depends on the fitness goals. What are your fitness goals? And you always start at the top of that conversation. You never give program, you never give price until you get through all those questions. You always come back to the top of that conversation and get through all those questions. And it works every single time. They might say no, but the flow works every single time. They might say they can't afford it or whatever, but then their name gets written down on your list to follow up with that next month and be like, hey girl, I know last month it was a little tough, but I have this offer. I've got $30 bonus cash that I'd like you to use to get you started. Something like that. And you come back to them with a different offer. Make sense? Hopefully that kind of broke it down a little bit for a conversation flow. I know everybody was struggling, some people were struggling with that. New conversations should be very easy. Like, hey girl, it's great connecting with you. Where are you from? Oh, I see you've got 2 kids. How old are they? Blah, blah, blah. And usually will kind of just like stop on its own. I let it stop on its own. I don't intentionally dig for more conversation there until they like, comment, watch my story, something. And then they get invited. I don't turn a new combo into an invite, generally speaking. Shakeology flavors come in after we've discussed price and I'm getting their email address. So they're like, yes, I want to do it. I'm like, awesome. I just need your email address. And then they say, this is my email address, and be like, okay, great. What flavor Shakeology would you like? We have chocolate vanilla cafe latte. They're my favorites. I can do a mix of those. We also have greenberry, gag, tropical strawberry, and strawberry. But I don't really love those either. Which one would you like? And I just be honest with them. And then that's how I do that. I feel like I asked how many. If they aren't interested and they don't even want to entertain or they ignore you, that's okay. I get ignored, you guys. If I send 100 messages, I get ignored by like 85. Don't think you're being ignored by a lot of people. Like everyone gets ignored by people. Do you all want to know something? You all ignored us at one point. All of you have ignored us. Exactly. Everybody ignored us. I'm sure I ignored Nicolette. So, Kat. Kat's trying to unmute herself, I think.
Oh, no.
You're not? Oh, you were just saying you ignored me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. All right. Any other questions? I think those were some convenient questions right there. You guys good? You guys ready to crush this? All right. I will upload this recording. Make sure you tag your partners in your new coach training. Make sure you get your new coach training done for today. And I'll talk to you guys all in the morning. Tomorrow is a weird day, so I might post the new coach training later because I have to be to the doctor by 8 a.m. So it'll depend on how the morning looks, and the whole family's going. So it'll depend on how the morning looks. But it might be when I get home that I post that. All right. Have a good night, guys. I hear children coming.
Hi, good night.
Bye.
Bye.